Greetings, my champions, and welcome to Live with Chatufa. I hope you are having a good time and a blessed time wherever you are watching us from. We are looking at the wind of change that is blowing right through the Sadc countries, which is very, very encouraging and very interesting what we are seeing happening. Mauritius Prime Minister and ruling party concede defeat as the wind of change blows through the Sadc countries. And this is one of the positive moves that we have started to see going on around our neighboring countries. And this is really giving a lot of hope, especially to the Zimbabwean people. This is just a sign that we are really heading in the right direction, a direction that is going to bring the liberty that we want, the liberty and the freedom of the Zimbabwean people. No matter how much ZANU-PF may want to try to hold on or to whistle past the graveyard, it's never going to be easy for them this time around. A lot really is at stake. A lot is really happening here. And considering this very development that happened in Mauritius, this has never been a real talk. It wasn't that much of a talk really about the elections in Mauritius. Probably because Mauritius is one of those countries that are not, very, very, prominent when it comes to countries that are in Sadc. And there wasn't much talk really about this. It wasn't like in the news as much as the other countries like Botswana, Namibia, Mozambique, and the like. But from nowhere, we just saw boom, a news coming up that the ruling party has lost the vote there tremendously, tremendously. It was just a clean sweep. Or by the opposition coalition again, and this is beginning to be a force to reckon with, and it's a sign really to ZANU-PF and Emmerson Mnangagwa. No matter how much they might try, this is a real change. It's a season of change, and there is no way that this is ever going to be turned around. Opochinono reports that Mauritius Prime Minister accepts huge defeat in another Sadc ruling party election catastrophe. Pravind Jugnauth has conceded a huge defeat for his ruling coalition, Election Le PEP, in the recent parliamentary elections. This outcome marks a significant political shift in Mauritius as the opposition alliance of change coalition led by Navin Roglam appears to set to take control of the government, right? So this is really very, very interesting that we are now beginning to see this as a move that is beginning to be interesting, while we have been watching what just transpired in Botswana, where the ruling party again was defeated and accepted defeat. And here again, we see it happening in Mauritius. We want to see what really is going to be happening to Emmerson Mnangagwa, whether he's going to continue to be, refusing to go, while we are seeing this happening in almost all countries. Elections have already started in Namibia, and it's yet another issue really that we are looking into, which is going to be very, very interesting. So far, so good, especially when it comes to our standing in Sadc, especially where the parties that have been in power for a very, very long time are beginning now to lose power and are beginning to be out, and a new set of politicians and political parties beginning to take shape. And this is really going to be interesting. Like what we've been saying in the past weeks, that Mnangagwa is really going to be meeting a very tough time, because for him to lead Sadc when these prominent liberation parties are biting the dust one after the other, it's really going to be a strong resistance to him, and whatever that his suggestions that he'll be coming up with as a Sadc chair, he is going to be facing so much resistance. That is, if they are not going to start to bring the resolution of wanting to solve what happened in Zimbabwe, because these parties that are coming in, they know the oppression that has been happening even in their own countries by these ruling parties. So they would want to settle this score by making sure that it goes solved all around the countries of Sadc. And that is going to be a very, very interesting thing that we are watching to see how far it is going to continue unfolding. But the truth of the matter is that there is a change, a wind of change that is blowing, which ZANU-PF and Emmerson Mnangagwa are not going to be able to fight and win. They can't stop this, and it's gonna be happening. Just let's wait and see what happens in Namibia. I'm telling you, if Namibia is going to be taken again, and of course Frelimo under threat seriously because of the demonstrations that we are seeing happening in that country, it's really gonna be a tough nut to crack for Emmerson Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF, and how they are going to survive is really remaining a mystery. And this is the time that I think they must be now facing a reality and beginning to accept what is the reality on the ground, other than just trying to make noise. Some other noises that they want to make really are not going to be helpful. It's a time that I wish they could start to accept what is really happening, because the reality of change is real, and God is on the move. Our prayers are being answered, and we know that whatever the Lord has promised, that is bringing liberty to Zimbabwe, and any other hand that helped ZANU-PF is going to go down. This is a thing that we are already seeing happening. And who can dispute this? Because the evidence is out there. We are seeing the liberation parties going down one after the other. The ruling parties that have been in power for a very, very long time also are going down, and it's becoming more and more interesting. And this is the result of, the mismanagement and, this the spirit of entitlement that we see developing in these kind of parties that have led countries for a very, very long time, especially those that believe that the countries are because of them. But really, it's not. It's really a collective effort of all citizens. Like for Zimbabwe, it was a collective effort. All Zimbabweans who were there, they fought the war in their own different ways. But for someone who now wants to say, because I was ZANU-PF or I was in the holding the gun, then they think that they are the ones that really fought the war. That was very misplaced for ZANU-PF, and it has given them that kind of attitude, which is doing them down today. That is why the parties are losing popularity, they are losing power, and they are going to be out. Before they know it, Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF are also going to be going down. So let's continue to watch the space and continue to pray and intercede for Africa, for Southern Africa, and of course, interceding for our country, Zimbabwe, because the Lord, our God, is on the move. God is in it, and freedom for Zimbabwe is here, and freedom is coming. Nobody can stop the train of change. It's faster than any other human being or any other party that could be thinking that they will hold on to power until. So this is what it is, family, and I hope that you are again with us. Thank you so much for joining us on this platform and on this show. Continue to support this platform by your subscriptions, by liking, sharing, and also putting your comments for us to know what you think. Otherwise, thank you so much. You are blessed. Let's meet in the upcoming show. Shalom and shalom.